Love tacos al pastor, but don't love the idea of having to roast pork and pineapple on a spit to achieve that charred, citrusy, porky goodness? Well, we'll show you a simple way to get the authentic al pastor flavor with just a touch of patience and a ripping hot grill or skillet. Alright, we're going to start off with a few guajillo chilies. These are dried chilies. We want to go ahead and cut the stems off and get as many of the seeds out as we can. They're not super spicy, but the seeds don't really break down very well in our marinade and sauce, so we'll go ahead and get those out of the picture. And then we'll cover them with some really hot or boiling water. Set those aside for 5 to 10 minutes while we prep the rest of our marinade. We'll start with 3 cloves of garlic into a blender or food processor. Add in 1 small onion that we've diced, and then some Sazon seasoning with achiote paste. This adds a great flavor and, more importantly, that orange or red color that tacos al pastor are known for. We'll add in about a 1/4 cup of orange juice, followed by roughly the same amount of fresh lime juice. All the exact amounts and instructions will be down below as always. We'll sprinkle in some dried oregano, some cumin, and another key ingredient, a sprinkling of ground cinnamon. Of course, we're going to have to season this up with a pinch of salt and some freshly ground black pepper. We'll return our rehydrated guajillo chilies to the party and then blend that on high speed until it is nice and smooth and pureed. Let's talk about the meat here. I've got 1 pork loin. Some people use pork shoulder for this, and that works just fine as well, but can be a little tough and fatty. So I'm going to use this beautiful pork loin here and slice it into relatively thin slices, roughly 1/4 of an inch or less thick. That was about a 4-pound loin. This is going to make enough for 6 to 8 people to enjoy a lot of tacos. We'll go ahead and cover that with the marinade, make sure everything is thoroughly coated, and then pop that in the fridge for at least 4 hours or up to overnight. After it is thoroughly marinated, we'll heat up a grill, and I would highly recommend using a grill, but there was like a hurricane or something happening outside, so instead I'm going to show you how to use a cast iron skillet here. Get that ripping hot with some olive oil, cook them for 2 to 3 minutes aside. You definitely want to get that charred flavor on there. It is a key to this dish. That's why I recommend the grill, but in a pinch, a good hot cast iron skillet will work just fine. We'll work in batches to get all of our pork cooked, and once that's done, we'll go ahead and top and tail a pineapple. You could definitely buy pineapple slices and drain them, but I love using fresh fruit whenever possible, especially when it's in season. We'll then slice from end to end to get that rough peel off of there and expose that beautiful fresh pineapple flesh. And then, as I don't have a pineapple corer, I'm just going to slice off all the sides, clean them up a little bit, and then sear them as well in that ripping hot skillet, adding a little more oil if you need to. We definitely want that sugar in the pineapple to caramelize and turn a nice golden brown. We're not trying to cook it through here until it's soft, but just to char it and warm it through. Once we've accomplished that, we can go ahead and remove that to a plate, and we're going to make a beautiful warm pineapple salsa. I'm going to go ahead and dice this pineapple into small bite-sized pieces. Look at that beautiful caramelized outside and that tender, slightly sour interior. I'm telling you, this salsa is a game changer. I've got a small red onion which I diced. I'm going to go ahead and add in our charred pineapple, some fresh cilantro, some fresh jalapeno which I removed the seeds from, the juice of about half a lime or more if you want extra tart flavor. We'll season this with some fresh cracked pepper and a strong pinch of salt. Give everything a stir to combine. And the last thing we have to do is prepare our meat for the tacos. Traditionally, al pastor meat is cooked on a spit and is sliced off somewhat similar to a kebab. It's because Lebanese immigrants to Mexico actually invented this dish. We're doing it a little non-traditionally here, just slicing it into pieces and stirring it in with all of its resting juices so it stays nice and moist. Spooning that into some warm corn tortillas and generously topping with that pineapple salsa. I added 1 extra taco there for structural stability here, and let's go in for a taste test. Man, that stuff is phenomenal. So much smoky flavor from that achiote paste and the char we got from the skillet. Sweetness, sourness, fresh onion flavors, and that salsa. I'm telling you guys, this is a hit. Next time you want to set up a taco bar, skip the ground beef and chicken and go straight for some al pastor. Thanks for watching, and now go make something delicious.